getting set for baseball under the lights just outside of Atlanta at Truist Park. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Atlanta Braves. Ian Anderson is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Braves. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, getting a good look at big right-hander Ian Anderson, former first-round draft pick. This guy has a good, hard breaking ball. One of the things I really like about this guy, he doesn't dance around the strike zone. Has a good fastball, 95 to 97 miles an hour. He'll ride it up in the zone. He'll throw that two-seam sinker down in the zone in a good, hard breaking ball. He's put it all together, and he's a very dependable and reliable starting pitcher who takes the ball every 5 days.
First pitch, 7:20.
A 1-1 count to the Pirates leadoff hitter. Game time temperature here an even 60 degrees. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. With that, the Buccos have their leadoff man aboard to kick off the inning.
Nice piece of hitting right there. When you're facing a young blood on the mound, young starting pitcher, you want to get him into the stretch as quick as possible. You want to see how he handles the moment, see if maybe you can run on him. A lot of things going to open up with this next at bat.
Stepping in now, Kevin Newman. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. Comes set, and the 0-1. In the dirt here. Low throw, and he can't handle the short hop. And a bad time for that as the runner takes second here. Hit hard on the ground to first. Freeman's got it, and he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Dero, what you got on this lineup tonight?
Yeah, Matty, what I want you to focus on is the fact that this team does not like to run. Very station to station. It's going to take a couple of hits to score runs with this offense. They swing the bats well, but they don't put any pressure on the defense as far as base running.
So now it's Brian Reynolds as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. The average sitting at 292 here to start play. 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. Oh, 1, here's the pitch.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be aggressive, but you have to get a pitch you can drive.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. One out and a runner on third. Did well just to make contact there as he spoils off a good changeup. Misses, ball 2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Well, their chances of pushing across a run took a pretty good hit after that strikeout. It's so much tougher to score a guy from third with 2 outs instead of 1. Basically, you need a hit or you need to get lucky with a wild pitch or a pass ball.
Here's Gregory Polanco, fouled off. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 0-2, here it is. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. It's on to the bottom of the first. No score on the show. Tyler Anderson will be on the mound for the Buccos. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
You hear that phrase, a pitcher's best friend is the ground ball double play? Not in Tyler Anderson's case. His best friend is the straight changeup. He's not going to blow you away with the radar gun. Low 90s fastball, but a really good changeup. If he has the changeup, expect him to be around a long time in this one.
And here's Ronald Acuña Jr. now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Junior.
A ball and no strikes. The 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike one. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. Shin high. That's taken for a ball.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
The 2-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Now the payoff pitch home. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And from the jump, the Pirates have to deal with a real burner standing at first base.
That's the difference in today's games. Pitchers will throw any pitch in any count, but the batter was able to deliver on a 3-2 breaking ball.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. A dozen home runs and 28 RBIs. Here's a look over to first, and he's back in standing. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball one. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
You know, D-Row, he is a pitcher's best friend, Clyde Washington. Down in the strike zone, he'll definitely call that ball right at the knees.
If he's consistent with it, Dan, which Clyde always is, I'm okay with it.
1-1, here it is.
One ball, two strikes.
Now a move over to first, and he'll get back in standing. The 1-2. Swing and a looper to left. In there, a base hit.
Hey, two runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
And that'll bring in Marcell Ozuna. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He'll enter play with that batting average, still shy of the 220 mark. 7 homers and 25 driven in. Ball 2.
A time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Now the 2-0 home is looked at for the first strike.
That's an impressive pitch right there. If you're willing to throw a changeup on 2-0, that tells me that's a pitch you feel really confident with.
And this one's off the fists as he fights this one off, but foul. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Full count now, 3-2.
I don't think he can afford another base runner here, so whatever pitch he feels best about, whichever one he feels most comfortable with, that's the one I expect him to turn to.
Acuña over at second. Freeman on at first with nobody out. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
He's definitely stumbled out of the starting blocks here in the first, giving up a couple of base knocks and that walk. First innings are often some of the toughest for a starting pitcher.
Stepping in for the Braves, Ozzie Albies, and a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. He's set, and the pitch.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Newman brings it in. On to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come in to score from third.
A base is loaded. Last thing you want to do is ground into a double play, and that's just what he does. 1 run scores, but you don't get an RBI in that spot. That's a rally killer.
Into the box, Austin Riley. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. He'll enter play right at .310 on the year. 7 homers and 15 RBIs. The set and the 1-0. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
He's going to have to set his sights a little lower right there. That pitch was able to get by him. His swing was just a little under that one.
2 balls and a strike to count. And the 2-1. And he goes down and gets this fastball and takes it high in the air to deep straightaway center. And it's gone. Two-run shot to straightaway center. 8th home run on the season for him as the Braves have opened up a 3-0 lead.
I think it's time to start pitching around this guy. He's hit 3 home runs already in the series. I'm not sure what more they need to see, but this is not the guy I want to be pitching to right now.
Dansby Swanson lining up to hit. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
Swing and a little tapper. Hit in the air down the right field line. On the move is Polanco. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 3-0 Atlanta. Second inning set to go. And next to hit is the catcher, Jacob Stallings.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
Here's the first pitch to him. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1.
Love the early lead, but this game is far from over. Got to stay on top of what you're trying to do out there and execute pitches.
The 1-0. Now this is hit high and deep out to left. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall.
Hard bullet single to left field on a pitch that was kind of middle down in the zone, D-Row, and he's going to have to make some better pitches than that one.
Yeah, if he's going to leave pitches over the heart of the plate, he's going to have a long night. The middle of this order does serious damage.
So now to the plate, Ildemaro Vargas, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. And that's down into left center for a base hit.
I guarantee you at release point, he wanted to pull this pitch back. Change up middle of the plate usually gets deposited in the seats.
And that'll bring up Eric Gonzalez as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. The 1-0.
What a great opportunity to come through right here. 2-0 count, runners on base. Find something middle of the plate and let it rip.
From the belt, the pitch.
Gutsy pitch right there. 2-0 changeup for a strike. Good call by the catcher. Great execution by the pitcher.
The 2-1. Stallings on second. Vargas at first with no outs. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
And that'll bring up Ben Gamble. First pitch of the AB now, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Tight spot, bases loaded, nobody out. And it's quickly 0-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. In under the hands with a fastball, it's 1-2.
Hey, this is a monster strikeout situation right here. A double play would be great in this situation, but I know he's going for the K. You get a 1-2 count on a guy, he's going to throw his nastiest stuff.
Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? And he grooves the fastball there. This is hit high and deep out to straightaway center field. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he will touch them all on the grand slam. His first home run of the season as they take the lead 4-3.
Grand Slam's got to fire you up right here. Not only just an unbelievable at-bat, but 4 stakes to boot to give your team the lead. Couldn't be more fired up.
To the plate now, Tyler Anderson.
The pitcher.
Fouled away.
Tyler Anderson.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Line to shortstop, and there's one away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Adam Frazier.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that brings up Adam Frazier. First delivery to him. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Frazier is slugging just a little over 400. Not a huge threat, but he can certainly square one up on occasion. That evens it up 1-1. Four runs here in this half inning. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Line drive to center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his left, and that's the second out of the inning.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
At the plate now, Kevin Newman. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Now the 2-1 pitch. Back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive. You can relate, Dan. So what's going through the pitcher's mind right now?
Well, Matt, as we take a look at his line here, he might not know all the specifics, but he knows he hasn't been pitching all that well in this one. Sometimes it happens. You start a game and never completely get into that rhythm. Seems to be the case here.
At the plate, Brian Reynolds. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Now a flare out toward right center. Albies there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. But 4 score for the Buccos on this grand slam home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh. Kevin Smith will be next. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
The catcher, Kevin.
First pitch of the AB now. as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. Fastball just missed above the zone.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
2-0 count, the pitch. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Polanco is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down.
Batting eighth, the center fielder, Heredia.
That'll bring in Guillermo Heredia now. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Now here's the first offering. Lifted down the line in left. Vargas will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 2.
Batting ninth.
So in now is the Atlanta pitcher, Ian Anderson. First pitch on its way. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1.
Hey, I got to really commend this pitcher right here. Was able to regroup in between innings. Something happened in the dugout because he's on point coming out for the second.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Up high, 2-1 now.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
In there, 2-2. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pulled the string on him that time, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. Score holds at 4-3.
Now they telling their friends, I don't know who my friends, they like to pretend. Now I'm switching up my energy. My enemies feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me.
So now to the plate, Gregory Polanco. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
Oh, and there's the good curveball as he's set down on strikes for the second time here tonight.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Jacob Stallings will be the next hitter, as he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball. 1-0. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Out in front here is this one scorched foul to the left.
He's got a good feel for his off-speed pitches second time through the order, and we just saw 3 in a row.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to the Pirates catcher. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Grounded weakly toward third. He's right there. On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for Pittsburgh.
So the next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Ildemaro Vargas. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Now the pitch. Lifted the other way down the left field line. On the move is Ozuna. But it's over his head, and it hops the wall for a ground rule double.
Hey, this is what every hitting coach teaches when you start playing baseball. Don't try to do more than you can. Hit the ball where it's pitched, and he does a great job right there as he pushes it down the line nicely, and it bounces over for a ground rule double.
Standing in now, Eric Gonzalez. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. The 1-0. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike two. Ready with the 1-2. Well outside with the curveball for a ball.
Boy, the curveball just hasn't been there this afternoon, and this is this guy's bread and butter pitch, especially when he gets ahead of hitters. He needs to find that curveball again.
Now the 2-2. Ball hit out to Albies at second base. He's got it. Throw to first beats him easily, and the side is retired. So they can't make anything out of the two-out double. Back to Truist Park following this.
We're just about set to go here as the Braves come to bat in the third inning, and this is an offense that's really been productive this year. They entered the day's contest leading the major league in home runs. And talking with some of the hitters during batting practice, they said home runs are a big part of their game, but it's not something they're going for when they step into the box. They said as long as they're attacking good pitches to hit, their swings will oftentimes do the rest. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Acuña digs in now.
For the Braves, the right fielder, Ronald Acuña Jr.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled off. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, one away.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
So next up will be Freddie Freeman. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. One out, nobody on. Two balls and a strike to Freeman.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
The 2-1 home. And he fouls this one off. Ready with another 2-2. This is skied into short left center. In comes the left fielder. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Here's Marcelo Zuna. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. And now a pitch on the way. This is just fair as it'll hug the line and head for the right field corner. Running hard, he's digging for second. The throw is wild and he gets away.
Wow, he must be living right because he gets absolutely jammed. Thought we were going to see the bat splintered, but instead he muscled the ball to right for a double. Might get some heckles from his teammates, but no doubt he'll take it.
So up steps Ozzie Albies. And that one yanked just foul. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready with the 0-1. And a great change of pace has him off balance, a swing and a miss.
Hey, he's done an amazing job of settling down. 2 innings ago, I thought they were going to run him out of here. But now he's close to posting 2 shutout innings as a response.
A 1-2 pitch. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Braves strand 1. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Welcome back to Truist Park just outside Atlanta as we send it down to check in with Heidi.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Derek Shelton during the commercial break about the Pirates offense. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already put 4 runs on the board, and they've done so by running up their opponent's pitch count. So he said he thinks they're going to have a lot more opportunities to score because of that as the game goes on.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. All set for the start of the 4th. And digging in is the outfielder, Ben Gamel.
This is a close one so far, but really go back to that last at-bat. That grand slam he hit really kept him in this game.
As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings. It's about time to get that pitch count down or he won't be out here very long.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
This is the cat and mouse that I love right here. You take the pitcher deep last time up. Now you're 2-0 again. No way he gets a fastball right here.
3-0 now.
You can bet they love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
The 3-0 is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a game of fastballs. You calibrate everything off the heater. Surprising take right there.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
That leadoff walk is a great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
And now it's the Pirates pitcher, Tyler Anderson. A textbook sack bunt situation here. First pitch of the AB on its way. And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. To second for one. So one gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And that brings up Adam Frazier. He's set. Here it comes. Hit weakly back to the mound. There's one. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Now batting, second base.
Up next for the Buccos, Kevin Newman. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch of the AB now. And this one's in the dirt. And no advance. It's ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
Fouled away. Frazier leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Hit in the air down the right field line. Acuña's there for it. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. Pirates lead 1, and it remains a 4-3 game. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the Braves' offense with their manager Brian Snitker during the commercial break. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Here you go for the Braves.
Ready to take his hacks again, Austin Riley blasted a 2-run homer in his last at-bat.
He turned around that fastball and drove it out of the park in his previous at-bat, so there's got to be a good chance they mix it up right here on him and try and go off speed.
Here's a 2-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. Line drive base hit into the left center field gap. And this will bang up against the wall. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his 2nd hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Two 2-0 the count to Dansby Swanson. Runs coming fast and furious here. 4-3 our score as we play the 4th. Outside, 3-0 now. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, some might say a walk there is okay because you've got first base open, but he's been struggling out there. And if you're going to work around hitters, you don't want to work around hitters in the bottom of the lineup.
So stepping in is Kevin Smith, trying here to plate the tying run from second. From the stretch, as the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Three runs, 5 hits, and 1 error on the Atlanta line score. Not where you want the changeup, but he gets away with it for a strike.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Here it comes on 1-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. The throw to the plate. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
Now batting, center fielder.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Into the box now, Guillermo Heredia, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. From the belt, kicks and deals, and it's fouled away. Here it comes on 0-2.
Hey, that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close, but I'm hit right now. I'm still sitting on that heater.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Pretty standard pitch sequence right there. Just how you draw it up in a perfect world. Jump ahead 0-2, and then you toss a changeup in the dirt to get him to chase for a strikeout on 3 pitches. If only it were always that easy.
So now to the plate, Ian Anderson. And the pitcher will indeed try and move his runners as he gets this one down. To second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. Two gone now in the Braves half of the 4th, and that brings forward Ronald Acuña Jr. First offering.
Hey, it's been a little bit of a rough outing for this guy in this one so far. And one thing you can look at if you want to get really picky, less than 60% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
A ball and a strike now to the Atlanta leadoff man. 1-1. Here it is. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that's going to land foul. 1-2. Here it is. Hit out towards second. A diving effort as it's off his glove. And the recovery throw will be too late for the force at second, so that'll be scored an infield hit, and there are 2 on with 2 away now.
The first baseman, number 5.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
Just gets a piece of it. Strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. A ball and a strike now to the Braves first baseman. This is to right field and deep off the bat of Freeman. Polanco looking up, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. Number 13 for him on the year, and they double him up. It's 8-4.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
Here's the Pirates skipper up out of the dugout now on his way to the mound. And we're going to see a pitching change as that's going to do it for his starter here tonight. So he'll make his way to the dugout here as they'll turn things over to the bullpen from here on out. Clay Holmes answers the call from the pen here in the 4th as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter. In now, Marcell Ozuna. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. It was a 2-bagger for him in his last at-bat. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And there's ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Not before 5 crossed the plate, with the big blow being this 3-run home run. We're through 4. It's now 8-4. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Brian Reynolds. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. And low, it's a ball and a strike. A couple of lefties start to get loose now in the bullpen. Strike taken up in the zone. Line to shortstop, and there's one away.
Now batting, right fielder, Gregory.
So bases are empty with 1 gone, and the left-handed hitting outfielder Gregory Polanco bats next. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. A ball and a strike now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Wow, that changeup is an absolute beaut. They call it the great equalizer for a reason.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And, he missed a home run by a matter of feet. It's off the wall. And he is in at second base with a one-out double.
Now batting.
As we take a look at this one, you can see he puts a good swing on it, but I don't think he got on it just enough to put some backspin to get it out of here. But hard to complain about a well-hit double, though.
Stepping in now, Jacob Stallings, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And he fouls this one off. Polanco, the runner at second with one away. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And this will hop over the wall, but the run will score.
And this thing bounces over the wall, but I don't think it would have mattered if it stayed in the ballpark. Either way, the runner was going to score, and he was going to wind up at second. He drove that ball really nicely.
To the plate now, Ildemaro Vargas, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Both teams with 8 hits in this one. Fouled away. The 0-2 delivery.
If I'm in the box, you take a step out right here. Take a deep breath after that high fastball. You got to be leery of him burying something in the dirt.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Throw into second, but he'll get in there with an RBI double. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Will Smith, the 6'5" left-hander, takes over on the mound now. Standing in now, Eric Gonzalez, as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. The 1-0 home.
Well, you see this a lot. A guy comes out of the bullpen throwing bullets, but he has a tough time finding the zone. Trust me, velocity is a great weapon if the hitters are tempted to swing.
3-0 now. Ruled a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? Stepping in next, Ben Gamel. It was a walk in his last trip. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
1-2.
That's a really nice thing about pitching with the base open. You can work out of the strike zone a little bit more and try to get a guy to chase your pitch, just like that one.
Swing and a liner, but this will land in foul territory. Still 1-2. From the stretch.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Ready now with the payoff pitch. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Into the box, Clay Holmes, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. And it's 1-1. 2 down, runners at first and second. On a line, that's a base hit. Vargas rounds third and is digging for the plate. He comes across to score, and the deficit is down to only 1 now. The tag, and they'll get him at second, and with that, the side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Braves on top, 8-7. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And he watches one miss outside, 2-0 now.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
The 3-0 pitch is laid off, but in there for strike 1. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
The 3-2 one more time. And he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
Stepping up is Austin Riley. Already a home run and a double for him in this one. From the stretch, here's the pitch. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
The 0-1 delivery. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
That's not an at-bat he or his hitting coach are going to be happy with at all. It's bad enough to go down on 3 pitches, but none of them were even in the strike zone. That's a bad look.
So now to the plate, Dansby Swanson, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-0 home. And he popped him up. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Now a throw over to first and a dive, but he's back in. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. Albies, base runner at first with 1 out. Albies is on the move. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second.
That's a swipe of the bag, and this catcher, he throws really well, too, so that's not easy. Good job there by the base runner.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
I think that's one of the toughest calls for an umpire to make. The check swing appeal, hitters rarely feel like they went, and I don't think he likes getting rung up there by the first base umpire. But looking at it, it's hard to say for sure that he didn't go around.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. 2 out here and a runner at second. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. One and 2 as he chases the slider.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
In the dirt, and now let's see. The throw will go to third, and it's too late as he's in there.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
The 2-2. Swing and a liner. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Hey, there's a good job of battling right there, D-Row. Pitcher have the advantage with 2 outs, 2 strikes. You're 1 pitch away, and boy, what a terrific piece of hitting right there.
Yeah, that's a great job right there. Some guys are not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. They'll take that pitcher deep in the count, feeling comfortable about it. That's the type of hitter this guy is, and he was able to come through.
At the plate, Guillermo Heredia, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
2 out with the man at first. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Sent out to straightaway center field. He's under it, and that ends the inning.
Been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time.
A run, a hit, and a man left.
It's been a long time running. It don't matter. They ain't catching up at all. I promise. It's been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time loving. Putting up some all-time numbers. Hang the banner.
All set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Adam Frazier.
Adam.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. Oh, 0-1. Here it comes, and it's fouled away. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. The 1-2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
Here it comes. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at-bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
He's set, and the payoff pitch. Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter's aboard to start the 6th.
That's an excellent at-bat right there. Fell behind early 1-2. Didn't panic or start chasing pitches out of the zone. He's able to lay off 3 pitches in a row, and he's standing on first with no outs. That's a great job.
And now here is Kevin Newman, leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Down the left field line and deep.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
Hanging curveball taken, though, for a second strike.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
Oh, it's hit to third. 5. Over to Albies. Now over to Freddie, and it's a double play.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
Stepping in now, Brian Reynolds. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. He could really use a knock here, 0 for 3 in the game so far. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball, 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
Go to that well one more time. He's been late on the first 2.
2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty.
Don't be surprised if he gets another back foot slider right here. Don't think for a second, just because he took the first one, that this pitcher won't come back exactly the same way.
Ready with the 2-2. Fastball just inside. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. He loses him on ball 4.
Now batting, right fielder, Gregory.
Next to bat will be the Pittsburgh cleanup batter, Gregory Polanco. He hit a 2-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance.
Yeah, give me a repeat performance of that last double. With a man on first right now, let him run, get you a ribby.
As he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
The 1-0.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
From the stretch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
The 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off. The next 3-2. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Now batting, the catcher, Jacob.
Now to the plate, Jacob Stallings. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. He's set, and the pitch.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Takes a pitch high and away for ball 1. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul.
I mean, he's coming right after him, Matty. 3 fastballs in a row.
Swing and a liner. And this is right by Freeman down the line. It's a fair ball. The relay. And it's in time. He's out at second as a good relay gets him. Pirates get just the 1, and that's all. 9, 1, and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Braves 9 and the Pirates 8. Pablo Sandoval is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. And the pitch. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw to first is in time for the first out. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central.
Junior.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Ronald Acuña is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count, 0-2.
He offered at that pitch out of the zone there, and I think that's a result of the previous pitch getting called against him. He might feel like he's needing to expand the zone if that's how it's going to be called.
And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now a ball ripped into deep center field. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second. He's on his way to third. And he is in there.
The second this thing got past the outfielder, you knew it was at least a double, possibly a triple, but he turns on the afterburners and is safely into third.
Freddie Freeman will stride in again as first we flash you back to his at-bat in the 4th inning, and what a big one it was. A 3-run home run that was certainly one of the big blows in the ballgame to this point.
She wanna ride with us, then ride with us. She wanna roll with us, then roll with us. She wanna ride with us, then ride with us.
From the belt, the pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Acuña takes his lead at third with 1 away. And that's a fair ball, line to the right side. The throw into second. Throw to second, but he's in there. As also on the play, a run comes across to score. Into the box now, Marcell Ozuna. High and deep down the left field line. And it's a foul ball. The 0-1 pitch. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
Ew, was that ugly? You could probably throw anything out there to this guy. He'd swing at the rosin bag if you throw it up there.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Yeah, doubled up on the slider away there. Got him to go after it before, so why not see if he'll offer at it again?
Oh, and a good curveball that time as it's taken for a called strike 3, and there are 2 away.
It's never a good look to strike out
Now
looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Standing in now, Ozzie Albies. Unable to find the zone with the slider. No hits to this point. The 1-0.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Two 2-0 count. Here it comes. In the dirt. It's 3-0 now.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
The 3-0 pitch.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
Both teams right now with 11 hits in the ballgame. And a full count now, 3-2.
You know, I think that curveball in the previous pitch had him thinking about getting another one, because there's no reason he shouldn't have had a big rip at that fastball. That was right in every hitter's happy zone.
The 3-2 pitch. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Austin Riley will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. He's set. Here it comes.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. The 1-2. A curveball hit right back at him. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. One for the Braves on the Freddie Freeman double. The 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up to start the 7th. It's the Braves 10 and the Pirates 8. Jacob Webb is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. Ildemaro Vargas will be the first one to greet him here, as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. Now here's the pitch. And this pitch is right down the middle, strike 1. Into the corner and slicing foul. Good waist pitch, 1-2.
Tried to backdoor him and lock him up with a curveball right there. Pretty good pitch, but he didn't quite get it to come back all the way to the corner. That's tough to do for most guys.
Here comes the 1-2. Misses low. Good take on the curveball there.
Hey, expect a challenge right here. Does not want to run the count full.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Waiting on it is Heredia. He's got it one away.
the third baseman.
So the next to bat will be Eric Gonzalez. He flew out in his last AB. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. 1 out, nobody on. Cold strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-2.
Hey, as a hitter right here, you can't be leaning out over. I know those first 2 pitches were in the outer half, but nothing saying he can't ride a fastball in right here.
The 0-2 once more is swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
At the plate now, Ben Gamble. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. He'll try again. 1-2. And another foul ball. Another 1-2 delivery. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Heredia, and he's got it for the final out of the frame. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Can't cut into a 10-8 deficit. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Dwayne Underwood Jr. will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Cole Tucker is into the ball game as well as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. Last half of the 7th here, and that brings up the former number 1 overall pick, Dansby Swanson. From the stretch. The 1-0 misses for the second ball. And that's over. 2-1. Here it comes. Hard on the ground towards short. And there's a base hit. So a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the 7th.
He got the pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
Now batting, catcher, Kevin.
In now, Kevin Smith. As he swings and lifts it in the air out to left field. Vargas will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. So a runner at first now with 1 away, and up next will be Guillermo Heredia. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Now it looks like a right-hander's up and throwing in the Pittsburgh bullpen. Swanson, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Runners on the move for second. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. 1-1. Here it comes. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. From the belt, the pitch.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Runners on first with one down. A bouncer up the middle. Newman's got it. To second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Braves go down quietly. They lead it, though. It's 10-8. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Luke Jackson will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Ender Inciarte will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch. First pitch on the way. Cole Tucker is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. The 1-1. Bounce to first. Freeman is up with it, and he'll step on first himself for the out. So the Pirates' batting order turns over and set to go. Adam Frazier. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch on its way.
Wow, I can't believe the hitter took that one. The pitcher absolutely got away with a hanger.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Not much he can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Two and two to Adam Frazier.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
The 2-2. Hit in the air down the right field line. Bases are empty, one man out. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
At the plate, Kevin Newman. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Hit in the air down the left field line. Ozuna is under it. And that will end the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. Can't cut into a 10-8 deficit. Sam Howard is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Here's Ender Inciarte, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago.
Inciarte.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. Inciarte is unlike many of today's hitters in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of swing and miss in his approach at the plate. More often than not, he gets contact, and I'm sure that makes him a frustrating hitter to face from a pitcher's standpoint.
You know, he takes his chances when he has count leverage. Without question, 1-0, 2-0, you'll see this guy try and get nasty a little bit, but he stays within himself, he knows what his strengths are, and he tries to drive the ball right back where it came from.
The 2-1. And he fouls this one off. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that's a base hit, so a chance for some important insurance here to kick off the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, right fielder, Ronald Acuña Jr.
Into the box, Ronald Acuña. Fielded cleanly. There's one. On to first to complete the double play.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Now at the plate, Freddie Freeman hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. There's a fastball right down Broadway taken for a strike.
You know, most people would be surprised he took that right there because that looked like it was in his honey hole. He had to obviously be sitting on something else.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. Now a slider well off the plate, an easy take there. 2 out, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Now here's the pitch. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Braves go down without a whimper here. They lead it, though. It's 10-8. Chris Martin takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. All set to start the 9th in this one, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Ryan Reynolds.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. Sets the target low here, and it misses, 1-1.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
Now the 1-1 pitch. hard hit ball towards the hole. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Well, you're usually in this situation looking for a bloop and a blast. He didn't want to bloop it, and he hit a missile, bringing the tying run to the plate. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Into the box now, Gregory Polanco, as he'll watch one miss down and in for a ball, 1-0. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. The 1-0. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Reynolds on at first, nobody out. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. This is pulled into right. Acuña is there, 1 away.
Now batting, catcher, Jacob Stallings.
So next to hit is Jacob Stallings. He was thrown out at second trying to stretch a base hit into a double in its last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, his wheels got him in trouble a little bit last time. Tried to take advantage, thought the defense was napping a little bit. In retrospect, maybe he should have just shut it down and steal second base.
No balls and 1 strike. Hit on the ground to short. 1 there. On to first, and he rolls a double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Wow, another game and another night to celebrate another victory. I'm just excited we've been able to be here to witness this amazing streak. There's nothing prettier in the world than good baseball, and that's just what they're giving us.
This one wraps up as a 10-8 final. Atlanta took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Will Smith gets the win in relief, his 2nd of the year. Tyler Anderson slapped with 8 earned runs as he takes the loss. Chris Martin wraps it up for the save, his 1st of the year. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Atlanta Braves, 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. For the Pirates, 8 runs on 12 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 9 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Truist Park, 41,500. The Braves thank you for your continued support and remind you to please drive home safely.